And welcome into this week's edition of the Recruiting Roundup, powered by Rock and Refuel Varsity. As always, Jason Jewell of Scout.com, and I'm Jared Cohen. Tons of recruiting news to get to. That's what's going to fill this week's edition, and we're going to jump right into it, Jason, as Air Force really made their presence felt in Arizona last week, landing 2 commitments.
Yeah, 2 very good commitments. The first one is Jalen Johnson, running back out of Westview, picks the Falcons over an offer from Army. Guy that I really like, has rushed for a ton of yards in that system down there at Westview, but is a kid that could play defense at the next level if need be, or maybe even be a slot receiver. So I really like that commitment. The other one I think is a big-time get, a kid with a high ceiling, is Cole Delgado, the offensive tackle out of Pinnacle High School. He's 6'5", he's 240 pounds, played defensive line as a junior, moved to right tackle as a senior, and I think his ceiling is very, very high. The sky is the limit for Cole. If he can bulk up to 285 pounds or so, they're going to have an all Mountain West type performer.
And they weren't done there after Delgado. They also offered a player this week as well.
Yeah, kind of a sleeper prospect safety, Jack Haddon out of Brophy High School. Guy missed his entire junior season with an injury, came back and had a very standout senior season and gets his first Division I offer.
So congratulations to those guys. And Air Force, a great opportunity for those 2 young men that committed this week. More commitments to get to. Arizona Christian, 1 year of football under their belt, and they're putting together a nice class going into year 2 with 2 commitments this past week with 2 very, very good high school football players.
Yeah, they started the momentum a couple weeks ago, got a commitment from Keola Daniels, the very good offensive lineman out of Chandler High School. But then they got 2 kids that are 2 of the top position players, at their position in the state of Arizona. You look at Josh Chadwick, the running back out of Highland High School, a big kid, 6'1", 210 pounds, can really push that pile. Very good player, guy that rushed for 2,000 yards this season. Good pickup by Donnie Ennis and his staff. Then you look at Brady Cook, the dynamic tight end wide receiver type out of Arizona Lutheran, committed to ACU after receiving an offer just last week, just turned around and committed right away. Was the state's leading receiver as a tight end, had over 1,200 receiving yards.
So those are 2 very, very good commitments from Arizona Christian. Now we have a handful of offers that we want to get through, that we want to talk about that have happened this past week, starting with the first offer for talented Chaparral linebacker Robbie Clyfield.
Yeah, it was offered by the University of San Diego, first Division I scholarship offer, even though it's a 1AA non-scholarship league, but getting the opportunity to play at the FCS level and from a team that made the FCS playoffs this season.
We mentioned a couple weeks ago that one of the top remaining 2015 players before signing day yet to make their decision that we wanted to keep an eye on was Emmanuel Gant, and he picked up an offer last week.
Yeah, about time. He got an offer from the SWAC conference, Prairie View A&M, turned around and offered him, and talking to Brian Walker, the head coach at Tempe High School, he thinks this might be the first of many. Gant, as we all know, Arizona's all-time leading passer and deserves this scholarship offer.
And then wide receiver out of Basha High School had a monster junior and senior season, Doc O'Connor.
Took an official visit to Georgetown and received a scholarship offer from them. Also has an offer from Air Force.
A couple more offers. Javian Roebuck, the running back out of La Jolla, picks up 2 offers from ACU as well as Peru State. Brandon Leon, the talented playmaking running back, also kick returner out of Estrella Foothills. Chadron Strait offered him this week. And Abram Bubba Cook picks up his 5th offer from Minnesota Crookston. So those are some of the latest offers. Now, Jason, the last thing we wanted to talk about today, a recruiting note on Taylor Powell, the linebacker out at South Point High School, once committed to Nevada. Now that's no longer the case.
Yeah, has been committed to Nevada and the Wolfpack since the summertime, kind of a mutual parting of ways. So Powell has opened it back up and talking to him and talking to his dad. UNLV has come into the picture, as well as Indiana State. So 2 schools to keep an eye on that might end up offering Powell.
So that's the latest in recruiting notes and news from around the state, and they're just going to continue to get busier and busier as signing day is less than a month away. That's Jason Jewell, Scout.com. I'm Jared Cohen. This is the Recruiting Roundup, brought to you by Rock and Refuel Varsity.